Welcome everyone to Casa. This is our Friday night weekly Street Fighter 5 tournament bracket. We're opening tonight with some wonderful players, commentators, streamers, everybody. You know the crew. This time I'm joined by Captain Zig Ramiro Capzig. Tell us
Yep.
what's up, bro.
I'm doing super fine, man. It's
Super
Friday.
fine.
Super fine. Yeah, that's right. I'm doing super fine. And it's Friday. I've been having a pretty good day. Got some exercise done, get some get some air on my lungs. So yeah, I'm doing pretty well. I hope that you're
Mhm.
having a pretty good day too, my man.
I have felt the changing of seasons this past week. Windows open, error on the lungs is it's been something I've been chasing. So even here, while I'm playing Street Fighter at my desk, I have my window wide open. And sometimes, in the event that we might be playing offline or something, I like to imagine that I can play on the not so net play friendly stages and feel like I'm really part of a scene, wind on my face, on the streets playing Street Fighter. I mean, oh, what a fantasy that would be.
I kind of want to open my window too, but I don't know why every time I'm doing commentary for Casa, like the rain just gets so intense. So if you hear a thunder on the background, that's probably me
That'll
because
be epic. I mean,
yeah,
I'm hoping I can get thunder and lightning outside my window during the tournament because I think all of you would appreciate the ambiance. I mean, the stakes are high here at Casa. Even though we're opening tonight and we'll be taking off as the top 8 competitors are set in place, we still think every match deserves to be as romantically, dramatically embellished as possible. That's what we're doing on commentary. Finding the story and selling it to you, packaging it up, identifying the most emotional parts of the set. For me, it's every time that one of my command grabs get jumped. Play a real loud, off-key chord when that happens to me. For those of us that are working production, I'm sure you're capable of that. Yeah, a key in mono.
or like the tiniest violin in the whole world, or who was that joke? Like the SpongeBob joke
Oh, the
of
world's
Mr.
smallest
Krabs.
violin.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that one. That's what I hear every time that my Cody command grab doesn't actually grab anything. Yeah, it's like, well, I guess I'll just die. Thanks, Capcom, for never buffing the range on this move.
Hey, it's got a regular throws range.
Yep.
It's equivalent to his regular throw, and
Hmm.
I like the feeling that you have to earn it, right? Cody, the American dream, the rags to riches story. Somehow, straight out of the prison pipeline, he becomes the mayor, as if the United States or whatever country he's representing would possibly allow someone to come out of prison and just be rewarded so handsomely with employment in the political realm. I mean,
Like
what an
imagine
inspirational
the
story.
yeah, like imagine the campaign, the Cody campaign for mayor. Like maybe a big part of it was like, yeah, the previous mayor Mike Hagar really supports this guy that just got out of prison. But remember him? He used to beat up people, the bad guy. So maybe you should go vote for him. And people were like,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
I
I
I
like that.
think I think his campaign, like most Street Fighter V DLC character campaigns, was mostly driven by sex appeal. I mean, it's that beautiful smile, perfect hair, the way he fits ever so snugly into that muscle suit,
Yep.
so many different colors on it. I mean, like that man knows how to handle his V trigger too, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. Man, I can still remember when they first showed the opening cinematic for Arcade Edition. I was like, man, is that Cody? And then he breaks the wall and he like
It's like, oh
combs his
god, he's
hair.
hot.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh God, he's hot. Exactly. And I was like, man, I like this guy in Street Fighter 4, but now I like him even more. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and he looks like he's gonna give you the time of the day in this game. He's smiling rather than looking so damn bored.
Yeah.
That man, he went from all tough to tough and tender, and that's
Tough
what we
and
need, right?
tender.
I mean,
Yeah,
those are important
exactly.
qualities in a man: toughness, tenderness, patience, right? And
Patience.
those of you in our audience watching an online tournament, you know it can be chaotic to run these, to put stream matches together. So we appreciate your patience as we wait for our first round match. Patience will be rewarded because I think I just saw Adnan NYC get invited to this lobby, and he's one of the DHALSIM players who is known to not enjoy expressing patience and generally defensive playstyle as much as the other DHALSIMs, as much as the character design would lead you to expect one should have to be. So I think whoever his opponent is, I mean, they're going to have their patience tested.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And especially in a game like Street Fighter 5, patience tends to be rewarding for some characters. I think that there are other characters that don't really benefit from the patient type of playstyle. But I don't know, returning back to Cody, if you get that level 2 EX song charge and you're just waiting for your chance to get that hit confirmed, you're gonna get a lot of benefit from the level 2 EX song. So yeah, patience is a virtue.
Fighting games will demonstrate that for you time and again. I mean, how often? You know, I even heard one player talk to me, a Sagat player. Their name starts with Z. I haven't forgotten their name. I'm just quizzing people in the chat for no reason. Um, who said that sometimes they don't punish moves that are punishable because they want to condition their opponent into believing that you won't know how to punish it, and then they save the punish for when it will end a round or kill or be more significant. And that blew my mind. I mean, I can't stop myself from taking the opportunity for guaranteed damage, but it is true that if you teach them that you know how to punish it early in the life bar, they may not make that same mistake later when it might lead to them being KO'd or stunned or killed or whatever the hell your fighting game allows you to do. You know?
That's actually a pretty interesting strategy. I've never actually thought of it. Like, I'm the type of player to be like, oh, you think I don't know this game? That's punishable. That's punishable.
Yeah, right.
So
You
every
think it's about
time,
passing the little tests.
yeah,
And I do too.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's a pretty good strategy. I've never thought of it.
Sheldon in our lobby saying, please don't use Zangief with the built-in message. It looks like that Sheldon's request has been positively answered by the presence of Adam R, who I've only ever seen play Urian, and that level 82 player card, definitely not lying. This is a loyal Urian player, an orange master rank to match his orange suit. All of the aesthetics are planned in advance from player card to costume. Here comes Adam R against Sheldon in the bad dudes matchup. I mean, you don't get more Street Fighter and Evil than Urian, Akuma, maybe some M Bison in there. I remember when Evo 2018 was getting commentated, old Yipes and I think it was Yipes. He was like running the floor mic. He said, "Damn, these are some evil bastards." It's like,
Ah,
yeah, they always seem to be so busted, don't
hmm.
they? I mean, like, shit. I should be evil if it's going to give me hard knockdowns on my DP or an Aegis Reflector, maybe even Indignant Thunder. Congrats
You
to all
know,
those Intel World Open players who won, by the way,
yeah,
representing
exactly.
nations in the Olympics. That thing just
Hmm.
happened. Still being
Oh,
advertised in game. What a conversion from Sheldon.
oh, and here comes the stun, the fireball. Okay, now Sheldon trying to keep Adam on the corner. Looking a little backwards, but the
Yeah.
EX tackle, oh, gets a counter hit.
Yeah,
Little
hard to keep
drop
someone
there from
cornered when
Sheldon.
that EX tackle is always at the ready from Yuri, and that shoulder simply controls horizontal space. It's not going to be the winning tool in the matchup because you can only use it so many times per match. And sometimes you want to save it for a nice Aegis activation. It's one of the only moves Urian can use on second Aegis that gives him a full combo. So keep that in mind as the set goes on. Probably Adamar is going to have a couple more opportunities to use Aegis, but Sheldon, with such solid containment and quick presence to the corner we go. Once again, Adamar fighting out of the right corner twice in a row.
Crush
Returned there
counter.
by a crush counter stand heavy punch. That's Deja Vu in action.
Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Doesn't quite get the elbow, but now the EX
Yeah.
Demon flip into the dive kick. It's gonna put Adam once again into the corner. Adam, it's, getting some furniture for that new place that he's been living for the past, like, 20 seconds, but now the side switch, he's inviting him over to his new place.
Second age just used to extend the block string. Great life does matter now with Sheldon having so little life left. But any confirmed could kill. It's an anti-air DP into super. That's the kill that I was trying to get excited to point out. In a way, we came to it. I mean, VT1 was involved. You get that nice meterless invincible DP to anti-air with, and then super is on deck for AKUMA to spend right afterwards. A truly guaranteed answer for anybody that finds themselves floating in the air. I think maybe the only way Adam could have escaped that fate is if, instead of a jump, he did one of the violence knees and steered it away from AKUMA. I mean, that could lead to a pretty big punish if you keep that in mind going into this game, too. Coral kick pickup, full counter hit combo, and Adam R finds another counter hit. Max range off the crouch medium punch. Love to see it. We're finally reached the left corner for the first time, but this time Adam R is stuck there. EXD helps him go out, and overextension on the overhead attempt gets full punished by Sheldon, who has the awareness. Now, once again, a VTC activation into a corner situation. This is the worst place for Urian to be, and he's spending all of his time there. One hit stun situation at the ready. What's it going to be?
Uh-oh, with the throw, it's gonna be enough to put Adam on the on stun, and Sheldon taking this first round, and that's a pretty standard Street Fighter V round, especially when you have these two characters on screen. They have really strong beat triggers. So Sheldon keeping his head cool and taking this first round against all odds. And nice anti-air with the DP. Sheldon has all the candy in the candy store. So Adam, he's gotta be careful.
You're very right that these two V triggers are some of the most relevant 3-bar V triggers in the game. Both of them very worth spending that extra life to lose to get them. And worth using crush counters to accelerate your building of, too. I mean, we've seen a lot of crush counter stand fierce from Sheldon. Could say the same thing for Anamar. I know he got one earlier. Sheldon just outside of that V-trigger range could even give it to himself, but instead the Aegis activation is going to put him well into a V-trigger activation point, but also down about half the life he had.
No. Oh, nice. Big headbutt. Nice block spot. The Aegis. And what a setup from Adam R.
Yeah, the covering fire Aegis, earning the throw attempt as a result. Adam R takes his first round, has to take one more to keep themselves alive in this set.
Oh, nice tackle. And I like these attempts from Sheldon to initiate the stagger pressure, but Adam has been just so on point interrupting his pressure. But now once again Sheldon with the anti-air DP. He's got once again 3 bars on his side to spend, and Adam only has 1.
Classic anti-air bait. One of the most important functions of the jump fireball, picking up full combos against those crouching anti-air attacks, which is so pesky for all of the other characters in the game that don't have AKUMA's wealth of air options. And there it is again, almost a full pickup, just outside of the medium pick range with Sheldon.
Now Sheldon. Oh,
punish.
really nice. Ooh. Yeah, and I think that he could have finished that with the critical art. I think. I'm not really sure. Yeah.
Totally. I think there was some confusion after the Tatsu on the whiff punish on DP range or the conversion, but when you do land a whiff punish with medium punch, AKUMA can always do fireball and super for the kill. But I'm not sure that Sheldon was fully cognizant of the resources, or Sheldon loves the pain that you can uniquely inflict by ending a round with demon foot grab. I mean, that grab throws your character model like a beer bottle against the wall. You just shatter on impact.
Yeah, and it's such a cool animation too. I've been playing a lot of Street Fighter Alpha 3 lately, and the Demon Flip on that game just looks so funny to me because they use AKUMA's the sprite. When he's defeated, when you win around against AKUMA, they get knocked down, so they use that sprite for the Demon Flip. So it looks so
God.
funny. Yeah. And in this game, like he actually, you know, rolls in the air, and when he grabs you, he throws you like with a ton of force against the floor. Such a cool move. I hate it. I hate it. Probably my most hated move in Street Fighter V, but such a cool move. Really well animated. Props to the animators.
You know, it's an interesting mixed bag you'll find in this game. You know, you've got Demon Flip, all of its follow-up options, beautiful in isolation, right? I love the few little frames you can see of Urian before he does EX Shoulder, where he looks directly up in towards the ceiling with his hands up, like But then you've also got things like Cammy Air Throw, you know.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah,
thing, that
it's so
thing
cool.
looks. She just helicopters him down by the head and skips a couple frames on the way. I mean, it makes her look like she's going way faster than any
Yeah.
other character can spin in the whole game.
And also like Giles' air throw, speaking of air throws, like the one where he, not the one with in the which he throws you forward, the one where he
Giles'
grabs
air
you.
back throw. Yeah,
Yeah, that one looks so cool, and the crack sound effect. I
Yeah,
love that.
I think that needs to do like 180 damage, which would make it the most damaging throw in the game. That title is currently held exclusively by Yun Zeku with his back throw, which I think we
Yeah.
can qualify as calling a command grab.
Yeah,
Just given how
exactly.
that character, it may be techable with the same tech input that every other grab is techable with, but it does do more damage and more
Yep.
stun than all the rest, and he has way more opportunities to play offensive mind games with it than most characters because his walk speed and his command dash and his general ability to maintain offense and OP is just so damn good.
Mhm.
That goes top 5, by the way. Don't you forget it. So
And
I
yeah,
think I saw recently another Japanese tier list. I think this one was from Fudo or Topanga Crew in general that had Zeku in B tier, and
yeah,
in a tier list that went from S, A, B to C. And A, I was shocked that there was a C tier. B, I was shocked that Zeku was in B tier. But C, most importantly, the third conclusion, I realized I need to make a region or countries tier list
yeah,
in
exactly.
response to that, because I don't think I can listen to a Japanese tier list that puts my man Zeku down like that. I mean, have you seen? I mean, maybe damage and stun aren't as valuable in the metagame of Japanese Street Fighter, but goddamn, he's 2 characters in one. That's literally twice as strong.
Yep.
He's doing what Vega does, just way better.
And I think they put Zangief on A tier. I'm not so sure about that placement. Maybe
Yeah.
if he was B tier, I could agree with it, but A tier Zangief, I don't know, man. I think that the Japanese,
Does A
they,
stand for ass?
yeah, exactly. Like ASCII, am I right? But my theory is that the Japanese players, you know, they have this secret scheme. They put the weakest characters on the very top, so everybody will start playing them, and they're
Yeah.
gonna have a much easier time. Put your tinfoil hats on, folks.
Did you know DB hates Falk? Thankfully for DB, we're not seeing Falk on the screen. It's Rose from Azure Flame. He just landed a nice crush kind of conversion, demonstrating that Rose offense
Oh,
potential with a dash up top. Find a counter hit against whatever it was. One more throw bait afterwards is a one-hit stun. A drop
oh,
stun combo gives DB another chance to fight. Also got V-Trigger 1 activation. Could do something, not this time. A full combo, well spaced on the Soul Spark off of Fierce. Picking up a combo with forward heavy kick. Azure Flame really demonstrating some advanced Rose combo knowledge right now.
yeah,
Standing
and I think
exclusive that combo is too.
And the funny thing about DB is that being Sagat, you know, you're used to trying to zone out your opponents, really nice EXDP, but Sure Flame with his own invincibility move to, you know, just make sure that DB's got that option in mind. And look at these fireballs from Ashur, finally DB putting Ashur in the corner.
Yeah, I thought that was Sagat's job, to find that sweet spacing spot in the corner and immediately run a fireball trap, but looks like Rose can run it just as well. I mean, slow-moving projectiles are really the best way to set something like that up, none of which are too relevant right now as DB mounts on offense. Life is already equalized, but a V-Trigger 2 activation combo will surely seal it with a super built already. We're not even going to need to see it, thankfully. Azure Flame gives us our first V-Trigger 2 activation, and it's usually one activation per game, per round rather, for that V-Trigger 2 because it always leads to a kill combo. That's just a fact. If it's activated at all, let it be for a kill combo, because otherwise the timer on it is very quick and you don't have much time to get anything else done.
Yeah, like one of the first things that I noticed about that big trigger was like, why should I even try to take the throw? I mean, just throw me, and by the time I wake up, your B trigger it's gonna be over.
Yeah, exactly. That is the defensive answer, and
Mm-hmm.
it's very solid because her timer goes down so fast. So she's stuck like doing as much gray life to you as possible and then taking a throw. Even then, that could be still worth a V-trigger activation because the throw is a solid 150 damage on top of like 70 gray life damage potentially. So that's around like
Mm-hmm.
21%. Still not negligible, but nothing compared to the scale of difference making that a typical V-trigger activation would allow someone to run offensively. Even Rose's VT1 with teleports off of your specials allows her to set up some serious like 80% sequences.
Round one.
And she doesn't even have to rush herself because the timer does not put any pressure on her. V-trigger 1 from Seth, by the way. This is another slow cooldown V-trigger. 3 bars though, on a very low life character can make it difficult to activate. Speaking of low life, by the way, Rose has 950.
Yeah, that's right.
The only character in the game with less than average health and no 3-frame jab and no conventionally fully invincible move. So they really believe in the strength that these pokes into that Soul Spark, but it looks like Azure believes too strongly in the certainty that that slide would hit, and DB found a nice punish, full corner carry, and a throw afterwards. A pick up on that heavy kick. Tatsu, very plus on block, combo on hit type move. Justifies its slow startup, leads to a kill, puts DB on the board for the first time.
Yeah, and you were talking about how Rose doesn't have a conventional invincibility move, and we just saw it right there. DB grabbing, I think it was the Soul Spiral EX move from Azure.
Yeah, EX Soul Spiral, that's right. Minus 26 on block, fully invincible. Very far advancing forward, so you can use it even in projectile wars. Not going to be relevant against Seth, a projectile-less character. Yeah, all the damage comes from throw bait so far. DB, one hit away from stun. A defensive throw tech lands Azure, a sweet corner situation. And with V-Trigger 2 activation at the ready, this could make Seth explode, but no pickup on the Fierce, no cancel. Not spending anything yet off that crush medium kick. I mean, we can surely get a one-hit kill combo situation now for Azure Flame, but they get whiff punished and DB takes the game.
Yeah, you were talking earlier about how Rose doesn't have a lot of heal, but the same thing goes for Zed, also one of the lower kill characters in the game, but you know, Zed's options are just, in my opinion, better than Rose's. He can use the axe kick to mix up his air approaches. He can use the Tatsu to create some really nasty frame traps, especially in the corner, and unless you're a character like Cody that can sway those, you're gonna have to spend some of that B gauge to try and get around those Tatsus from Seth.
Yes, I think spending V gauge could be wisest as a V shift because the Tatsu moves from Seth have a reactable amount of startup if it is the heavy one that's going to be plus on block. Medium and light definitely not reactable but is punishable itself. Medium not very rewarding and only slightly negative but still safe. And heavy, I mean, totally unsafe on the startup, but safe on block. So you do have to be kind of careful when you just toss out a V-shift on its own. But as long as that slow motion triggers, you should be fine. You could maybe even pick up damage on a whiff punish. Balrog, a character who can land a couple sweet whiff punishes from across the screen as well. I mean, this is a character who cancels into EX dash straight for combos on hit, plus on block. There's a punish right there off stand light punch. Excellent.
And we can see that Ashur Flame doesn't really want to get too close to DB. We saw him getting in and then immediately backing out. Oh, really nice hit confirmed. And here comes the damage, but DB has all the critical art in the world to spend, but no, with the back throw, it's gonna be enough.
That was a very relevant factor, the critical art there. Knowing that the 3-bar reversal would have killed Azure Flame made me suspect it personally. I mean, it had just been built during that combo too.
Really nice catch on those dashes from Ashur Flame, but the DP on the side of DB as an anti-air. Really nice EXDP to use as a get off me.
Yeah, DP is always relevant. We were just talking about Rose lacking one. Here we see Seth using them for both anti-air and for defensive turnstile. There is a crosscut one, low damage on it, but again, slowly reducing the life bar of Azure. At this point, that was surely a confirmable combo. Maybe a counter hit version would have more range. Now stun is relevant once more. Could lead to a kill no matter what happens.
Activation. Oh, nice backdash to get out of that pressure. Spending 1 bar. Magic Pixel. Nice EXTP into the beat trigger extension. We're on the last round of this set. Both players on match point.
Azure wanted that set to be over. I think, and Stand Fierce counter hitting the dash punch as soon as it comes. Stand Fierce from Seth, one of the best buttons to press in advance of other characters' advancing attacks. Be on the lookout for that, and continue to look out for anti-air DP, which killed in the previous round and has now already done about 20% damage with 2 jumps consecutively. Azure showing stubbornness that's being punished, looking foolhardy now as DB takes a huge lead, continuing to hold a super, which could lead to a kill on any confirm now, especially off that low medium kick. Very cancelable from Seth. That's something that Balrog lacks. But BT1 allows him to cancel something, so instead it's an interruption into a super, no doubt. DB hates Balrog, hates anyone else that Azure Flame is going to play in this set.
Yeah, and we just saw DB doing a really, really good job of just holding Azure Flame in the corner. Like, we saw that Azure Flame wasn't really finding the correct spacing for those dash punches. That's why we didn't saw him going for a lot of them. But by the end, DB just showing us the power of that set.
Yeah, DB hates Sagat too. DB, but you know, DB knows in their heart that ultimately choosing to get good at Street Fighter and eliminate people from winners bracket, it's an act of love. You know, you're giving your opponents something new to study, something to think about, some homework to do, research to follow up on, and you're giving them an opportunity to look at themselves, diagnose problems in their play, and experience the rush and thrill of improvement one day when you play again on some other weekly or Casa next week. Who knows? It could happen. The bracket is on your side. It'll give you that run back eventually. You know.
Exactly. And now, who are we gonna have coming up next? Ashi. Oh, you gotta help me with the pronunciation of this one, man, because really trying, but I don't know. Something tells me that no matter how hard I try, I'm gonna mispronounce his name.
Okay. Axio Little.
Axio Little, yeah. My Spanish speaking brain was trying to pronounce it as Axio Little, like.
Yeah, you know, I think that could be as well.
Yeah.
I deny nothing. We have to welcome surprises when we play fighting games and when we commentate them. I mean,
Axial Little, maybe? I don't know.
yeah, that sounds good.
Oh,
Ultimately, they're going to be playing against Hardman, so looking like it'll be a matchup between Blondes as Lucia and Colleen line up on the player cards.
and looks like this is going to be hard, man. Haha. Get it? Like, like his tag, hard man. Yeah. That. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
it's because his
Terrible
play is so
pun.
solid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, he's an ultimate grandmaster, so you know it's gonna be hard for the man. Oh yeah, I'm such a comedian. Let's go.
You know, I believe that he's only Grandmaster too. Not to say that rank will influence my predictions for the set's outcome, but um, I do want to. I purple with the master rank is definitely just Grandmaster. We get if you wanna show me Ultimate Grandmaster, we got to see like it kind of looked like Diamond, but not really. You know that light blue shade. Oh my God, it's Mika and Cody. Neither of the blondes that we saw we might see, but still blondes nonetheless in Street Fighter 5.
Blonde. Like there are so many blonde characters in Street Fighter 5, and just starting the round with that medium ruffian kick.
Yeah,
But
and
I'm
unpunished
sure
ones
little.
too.
Yeah, exactly. And he was trying to punish hard, but you know the ambition got the better of him. A nice take on side of actual little Hartman, opting to back away.
Mm-hmm.
Activation on the side of actual little.
A wise
Command
command
grab.
grab back towards the corner. Axio definitely wants to mount a stun sequence.
Oh,
Falling
and
victim to the old
rocking.
B skill 1 reversal.
Ooh, the rock almost saved Hartman.
Mm.
Really nice hit confirm. The setup. Ooh, the jump backs.
Playing chase.
Oh
So
no!
punishable, so dangerous. A delayed throw tech works out for both players. They agree to go back to neutral,
Ooh.
but then a sudden instinctual EX Peach. The Mika players, they really want to hunt with it, but I'm not even sure that one would have killed if it only landed. It's 2 of 3 of hits. So Axio, though, looking brave, looking undeterred. Still willing to play brave into this round, I assume. Yeah, and with a jump in and a throw bait unconverted, Axio needs to slow down a little bit, pick those moments, and capitalize on them. Know when they're happening and show presence of mind and convert, you know? That's what that medium punch is built to do.
Now the pressure, nice use of the B skill 1, and really nice interruption on that EX song. Oh, no punish on that B
Ooh.
skill 1 whip.
Axio must really want to hold on to this meter for super or something. I mean, it's just been single medium punches piece by piece, reducing this hardman life bar to the point where one command grab could kill. So too could
Boom.
this Lady Mika into EX wing this airplane, and some excellent meter build from Axio puts them in a great contention to take this third round and maybe take the first game of this set.
Now Hartman starting with the fireballs. Trying to keep actual little away. Oh, really nice shimmy on the side of Hartman into the level 2 Sonic. Back jump, Sonic. Trying to go for another shimmy. Choose the EX Tornado.
Axio
Oh,
is so
really
eager
nice
to
hit
move
confirm.
forward, finding themselves moving forward into buffers off of
Oh.
all the time, and there's a stand first punish. Mika's got great OP on this command grab as well, moving forward. Medium punch to block and a jump out. Axio's just having so much trouble keeping the pressure going. I'm not really sure what to do with Hardman caught in the air.
Oh, the
Maybe
trade.
pick up on the trade. A throw bait!
Dead. Yeah.
And super is built here for Axio, certainly taking game 1. There it is.
And Hartman was doing a really good job of just keeping his pressure against Ashio Little, but Ashio Little, like, I think that this whole round shifted once Hartman, I think that he whipped his B skill 1, and that was the opportunity that Ashio Little needed to try and start his game, try to get the momentum on his side. So maybe Hartman, he's gotta be careful with those B skill 1s. Are we gonna see the Colleen? Probably.
Yeah, that happened a couple times. I imagine that we will. I mean, it is level 79. You can't let that go to waste. This is Casa winners bracket action. I mean, the people are watching. maybe that was the excitement, right? Trying to debut that Cody. Things were going well for it for the first round and the first half of the second one, and then so
Hmm.
suddenly, Hardman lost all of their momentum and is now actually not even going to be playing as a man anymore, I assume. So it's the hard woman, the coldest girl in Street Fighter V, Colleen, presumably coming out.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's a stubborn man. He wants to keep the mayor on the streets.
No, it's polar
Nope.
ice caps. Nothing harder than those. No matter how charged your jackhammer is, you will not be making a dent in this ice. You're gonna have to pick it up and just, I don't know, command grab it, I guess. No, strikes will still work. Go for it, Mika. She's got determination. She can do anything she wants. It's a powerful ally to have in fighting games. Punishing
command
a
grab.
target combo with command grab. Honestly, great damage and was making for good positioning, but Hardman was able to just so freely jump over Axio. Colleen's unique jump, still very anti-airable.
Oh, really
Ooh.
nice parry.
The anti-air being very relevant. And Hardman already knowing how to deal with wake up, V-shift. Like many players already do, just using the full jump in to catch the V-shift and counter-hittable recovery. And there's another stun. Hardman really making the most out of this one. Ice ball setup.
Uh-oh.
Jeez.
And Hardman, he was just playing like a mad bull right there. Looks like he was pretty upset about the last game. He was like, you know what? I was about to win that first game. Why you gotta do this to me, man? And now showing us the power of this hard woman, just like you were talking. And now Ashley Little, but Hardman getting out of that corner. Nice anti on the side of Ashley Little. Hardman opting to back away. He knows that Colleen has some really good buttons, especially against a character like Mika that she needs to get in to get her game going. No anti-air on that belly splash. Back throw to put Hardman into the corner. Another back throw. And once again getting out of that corner.
Just with a simple forward jump too. I think Axio just missed the meaty timing, but is able to recover fantastically. Wingless airplane, great damage, great meter build. And it brings us to a potential set closing round for Axio. I mean, Axio's made great ooh, a late hit overhead, and that means not quite as negative as normal. So Axio, always brave going for the stand fierce punishes, but might need to do some smaller ones, some quicker ones like medium punch against moves that are so well spaced.
Oh, speaking of well-spaced moves, look at this heavy kick on the side of Hardman. Stun. It's not going to be enough to kill, but look at that damage on the side of Aisho Little. I'm spending one bar.
The
Getting
second
some...
EX Peach is the charm. Whoa, caught her skating, and here is Oki for Mika now.
Oh.
One of the most difficult things for a Mika player to shut down is the defensive backdash from the opponent. Even off of her +2 situation from that command grab, if you are to stop backdash, you need to do something off of your light punch. Light punch, light punch, light peach. LP, LP, LP is the only way you're able to do that and keep the opponent grounded. And she's not very advantageous if she hits someone out of the air from a backdash with medium punch. So you kind of got to commit to the light confirm that requires you to be quick and to be content with not getting the biggest rewards. And Axio so far hasn't been able to do so well against backdash. Although Hardman's really just started representing it. We'll see how relevant that continues to be.
Another throw for Hardman. Standing one bar, putting himself into the corner. But Reed seems to get out of this situation with relative ease. Oh, Nadeshka doesn't quite hit Hardman, but another throw on the side of Hardman. The shimmy!
Yeah, a lot of throw techs coming out from Axio. The defensive options seem to be a mix of throw tech and EX Peach. There it is, EX Peach. Excellent choice of reaction. Great, that's one of those moments you pick, you take. Yo, too far away for the crouch medium kick. Normally a good net, but sometimes Mika's so far, she's got to walk forward a little bit and then do stand fierce, or just go straight to sweep or crouch heavy punch or something. I've seen even Mikas who land jump heavy kick from as far as possible go straight to EX Peach. Seen Pluto do that a couple times. Whiff punish stand fierce against the body splash. it was previously causing Hardman some problems, but now it's causing Axio bigger problems than even were being caused to Hardman.
Uh-oh. Oh, phew. I thought that we were about to have a disconnect and both players, you know, showing us that they have manners. They back away, press some buttons just to check if the connection has stabilized. What
That's the
the
physical language of the
jumping?
net player.
Yep, that's right. And Cartman working on a perfect. Gets the jump in.
Yeah, definitely.
Spending one bar.
This perfect
Dead.
has arrived.
Oh, the perfect. Really nice backdash into that standing light kick of Cartman, and that's the first perfect of today's stream.
I believe so. That Colleen in the gray outfit, blending in with training stage, just too hard to see for Axio. Maybe that's the thing that's hard about Hardman. Um, and you know, in the event of some rollback, some connectivity issues, every player is very hard to see. So I'm glad the players were able to wait for a nice opportune moment, play the set while its connection was good, and then you know, lead it to its conclusion. A 2-1 victory for Hardman. The power of a character switch to your main, I mean, it really buffs you up, right? Like, you get so excited to do all of the things that you couldn't do as well with your sub character when you switch
Yeah, like
to your main.
the classic, man, if I was playing with this character, I would have punished that, or I would have done this, or I would have done that, because for me, like, I've been trying to play with G. I really like the character, but there's some matchups that are actually easier for G than for Cody, but my brain just thinks like, man, if I was Cody, I could have done this, or I could have done that. But it's mostly because, you know, you get so comfortable with a character that when you bring that secondary, it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to try and get your brain out of that comfort zone.
Mhm.
Comfort zone.
Yeah, right. The most important factor in your ability to perform with any character is how well trained your instincts are, how quickly you can appropriately respond to any kind of punish situation or guaranteed answer. I mean, like, if it's normally medium punch for you on your main, and then suddenly your best quick punish is heavy punch, it might take you some time to know to really execute that switch. But
Hmm.
that gets easier with the more characters you play and the more experience you gather across different games. I mean, you'll find yourself to be a very adaptable, fluid, malleable person, like DHALSIM, right? Quite literally malleable bone structure on those limbs. You can see he can anti you with crouch medium punch going upwards just as well as he can anti you with his sweep sliding downwards, like NYC Furby's demonstrating for us
Oh,
with his masterful DHALSIM play. A frequent Casa champion, weekly champion across the whole country. Has plenty of experience in this Bison matchup that normally causes DHALSIM quite a lot of problems. Bison being a character able to move around with specials, air movement, EX scissors, plus unblock, hard knockdown on hit. I mean, there's so much to worry about. But NYC Furby emptied his mind and freed himself from the burden of that worry and just rushed Zeronero down.
yeah. Now going for the air approach. Nice anti-air on the side of Zero Nero. Spending another bar, but now this time Arturo was ready with that standing jab as an anti-air. Spending what bar?
That
Really
jab
nice
used
punish on that
reframe
dive kick.
as an anti-air tool.
Yeah.
All those jabs reportedly nerfed for anti-air, but Arturo knows specifically when to bring it out. When to crouch.
Oh.
Holy shit. That move is like invincible to air-to-airs, and Zeronero playing for so much Ray Life right now. Psycho
Oh.
Crusher, a cross-up choice was brilliant from Arturo, taking all of the Grey Life in one go. Zeronero's got to find a big
Crush
crush
counter.
counter conversion. There it is.
Yep.
Crusher on the crush counter allows for the kill. Now we're playing with even meter at an even round score to take game one. Someone will claim a game victory here, but will it be short? Will it be soon? I think Furby wants it to be sooner than Zeronero, especially with the way that stun was mounting.
Oh. I don't know if maybe if he had spent one EX bar for the sister kicks, he could have punished that jumping back medium punch inside of Arturo, but I think that he wasn't ready with the charge. But now we have a pretty even game. The beat trigger. Uh-oh. Oh, here it
For
comes.
the jump medium kick choice, but the second sniper is the charm, and this time Arturo changes his choice of button to the much longer range, even faster Yoga Sniper, and took that game quite hilariously on the second jump back. When they try to overhead me with jump medium kick, I'm like, can you at least respect me and do the fastest traveling bullet for your Yoga Sniper and do jump light punch, please?
Oh. Okay. Now the pressure on the side of Siren. Really nice catch. Oh, Arturo just opting to walk away.
Almost a trade combo for Zeronero. You saw them try with that stand fierce off of EX Scissor first hit.
Pretty nice forward throw. From Siren Nero in the corner. Nice anti on the side of Arturo. Oh yeah, I'm just using these teleports.
Too late for the punish. So unfortunate for Zeronero. Arturo's blessed though, loving it. Yeah, completely uncontested.
Oh.
2 aggressive V reversals lead to a 300 damage fierce. And now we're in a Yoga Sniper situation pending. Just a little bit more gray life now.
Yep.
Air to air, post teleport, stand, jump fierce. Hitting Zeronero out of that forward jump. I mean, you think you're gaining ground, and then suddenly DHALSIM's behind you, and you've already lost.
And it wasn't with the Joga snipe, it was with the Joga slap.
Yeah. The bottom of the wrist attack, I think that's what DHALSIM's hitting you with his jump fierce.
Oh.
DHALSIM hitting you hard with the EX Air Bond Rip there. Air Gale, one of the best options for punishing regular throws. Something that Zeronero has shown they can use quite well, even with V-Trigger 2 activated, still using the regular throw. And that allows that command grab V-Trigger 2 to be even more threatening when a Dyson player knows how to hold on to it and not use it so obviously.
Spending 1 bar. Oh, this will be huge for Siren. Oh, what happened? Wasn't quite in range to get that command grab to put the bomb.
Just too late on the stand fierce, and Arturo was able to block. Big drop, but Zeronero can recover. Exiting the corner with Crusher, but taking so much fire damage. Sniper, and contesting the Sniper with 3 frame. Brilliant choice from Zeronero. Knew something fatal was coming, but knew that Arturo didn't truly have the scientific amount of time allotted to set it up. Whether it was going to be the Yoga Sniper or the light kick slide. Neither are actually that quick compared to a 3 frame light kick.
Oh, and Arturo just opting to block all of this pressure on the side of Siren. Spending 1 bar, gets hit once. Nice reversal on the side of Arturo. Oh, and once again, the B reversal for Arturo. Did that teleport out of that
on the life bar just through gray life right now. I mean, how much time could possibly pass with Zeronero allowed to get that life back? Of course it's not coming back. DHALSIM can keep it building and tagging you from all across the screen. Regular throw gets punished just the same. No matter how well Zeronero can conserve that VC command grab, I think, yep, finally, a purple sticky has been set up and V reversal instantly takes it off. I'm surprised Zeronero went with the scissor. It is the guaranteed V reversalable option. Still though, some Psycho Crushers left.
Oh!
Could it lead to a kill situation? A throw tech, clutch from Arturo. Gray life being applied. And it is a Gale off back medium kick. I can understand why Zeronero is swinging, right? On contact with anything, they would have won. But it's just a true frame trap that Furby was canceling into. And that frame trap would have done enough chip for Yoga Sniper to once again be an instant 50-50 killer threat. So I understand, you know, you don't want to be facing against Yoga Sniper, but Yoga Gale is just as dangerous in a situation like that. And that gives Arturo a solid 2-0 victory and a path continuing in winners. No surprises for them personally, I'm sure. They'll have to play the winner of K-Money and Hardman. Likely a DHALSIM versus Colleen matchup. Also going on in winners is Metro M versus Crescent Glitter. Winner of that will be able to play High Speed Chaos. Ken player. A lot of Ken over here on the East Coast. Also in the bracket of winners, Nightmare Effect. They'll be playing against either Mylin or Z's Nuts. That's Laura and AKUMA likely. Could be some poison, but we know Z's Nuts will be playing AKUMA. As I announce matches, I don't see which one of those entered our stream. Were you able to catch that for me?
we have Cisnuts going up against Marlin, I believe.
Excellent.
And I think that Nightmare Effect was the champion of last week's Casa. Ye- I
Awesome.
think
Yeah.
so.
Big win for
Yeah.
Balrog.
Welcome.
Balrog is our poster boy on Casa. You can check that out on the Casa Twitter. You'll see flyers every week
hmm
with Street
hmm
Fighter 4 Balrog on the screen with Guilty Gear Accent Core Plus R's Poison. Speaking of Poison, I'm sorry, did I say Poison? I meant to say Baiken.
Baiken.
Poison, a
They
slip
they
the
both
tongue.
have pink hair, man. So
It's the pink hair and some other features. You know, fighting game dominance being the most important feature among them.
exactly. Oh, and now Maylin, sorry. Oh, this is gonna be a huge punish for Maylin. Look at that damage. Oh, I'm trying to go for the throw, but nice tech on the side of Cisnuts. Oh, another counter hit for Maylin. Backing away. Oh, really dominant round on the side of Maylin with that whip and all of those punishes and the counter hits. Akuma's life just melted.
Welcome.
Seems like this round is more of the same. An uncontested ground game. Here's the arrow approach that we've been waiting for, but Mylan blocks once and then contests immediately after, letting themselves get another small victory on the ground game, but the corner comes to Znuts' rescue, and Znuts is working well in union with this corner, mounting a stun sequence, picking it up now on the heavy Kiktatsu, and with an EX Red Fireball we can see a one-bar combo here. There we go.
We need to spend all of that critical art, final round. But speaking of critical art, Maylin has 3 bars of EX ready to spend. Oh,
Looks like
really
Mylan-
nice jumping.
I mean, against Akuma, a low life character, you can make the argument that Stand Fierce, Heart Raid, Super could be worth it. Just right off the bat. And now, maybe for not spending that, Mylan is facing hell in the corner. One hit from stun, surely facing death a variety of ways. Jeez, that was the fastest round we've seen yet.
Yeah.
And Mylan didn't get to spend any of that meter that I spent the first half of that lightning fast round talking about.
But neither did Cisnuts. He didn't find himself in a situation where he needed to spend some bar to keep his offense going. But yeah, both players ending the round with full resources, at least when it comes to critical art.
Yeah, well, you know, the meter will be spent rapidly from Mylin's Laura. I mean, EX Thunderclap is the answer to the question no matter what the question is, especially if the question is how will the meter be spent. Um, so I think now, rather than having to attempt to run away and find themselves in a corner that they can't get out of, due to Poison's difficulty in anti-airing Akuma specifically, you know, normally she anti-airs people with crouch medium punch and V skill 2 rolls to the other side and can just adjust the side at will, but, you know, I guess Akuma is just too much. Like, one demon flip got Zsnuts in round 3 and instantly won the round. So, Laura won't have to go backwards. She'll be going in just as fast as Akuma, and maybe making even more of stun situations than Akuma could ever hope to.
Forward throw inside of Cisnuts. Staying in a way, just using that standing jab to check some of the getting attempts on the side of Maylin.
Low medium pick lands off the crouch heavy punch frame trap. It's two low medium picks now, neither confirmed into a Tatsu. Akuma has one of the more confirmable easy ones. You can go into Tatsu. It's not much damage, so you don't have to worry about losing out on damage, but the corner carry and stun situation is what you want to be preserving with that low medium kick. The Oki's always pretty good. And
Now, I really like the way Cisnuts has been playing this round, opting to get away, opting to play this patient game against Maylin, because he knows that once Laura gets in, it's probably game over for a character, especially a character like Akuma and the forward throw. Take this round, match point for Cisnuts.
yeah, see, earlier we talked about how powerful it is to switch to your main in the middle of a set, but in first to two, I mean, the performance anxiety sets in quick, and if you lose the first round after switching to your main, you're like, am I going to get to play in this set at all? What do I know and what can I show? well, this is already more than we saw last round, but unfortunately we saw a too early throw on the crossover situation, so Mylan lost their pressure, only recovers it now off of a solid low medium kick, EX shoulder buffer. One of the strongest advantages that Laura has over all of the other grapplers, her quick cancelable low medium kick and rewarding cancelable options off of it. Ziznuts needs to cancel into something here. Aggressive V reversal for the Grey Life leads to a throw kill for Mylan, who is fighting for their life, but doing so quite strongly in that round. Spending meter while doing so. Maybe Ziznuts can take advantage of that and end the set early.
Again, Ziznuts trying to play this patient game. Mailing having a lot of trouble getting in. Nice. Okay, the fireballs inside of Ziznuts.
Only having trouble for as long as the corner is not on the screen. Once the corner is here, Ziznuts is crumbling, and yeah, crumbling so fast. I mean, this is a foregone conclusion. Everyone knows how this combo kills.
Boom. And that's exactly why we saw Ziznuts on that first round of this second game. Playing it really patiently. And once that Mailing was in, it was pretty much game over for Ziznuts. But like you mentioned it, he was walking back a lot and he got himself into that corner, and that is exactly what Mailing wanted. But now are we gonna have a character change from Ziznuts?
I don't think so. Maybe we're gonna go from the red training stage to the blue one, where Ziznuts feels more comfortable and at home. It's a battle of personal preferences. Perhaps also vying just for time. I mean, in the online tournament realm, we can't see into these people's faces or lives. We can't see how intensely they're breathing, or if they're gathering themselves, or if they just had to go drink some water, or spark up, or do whatever else the time that the loading screen affords you to do, allows you to do. Maybe a quick shot, a swig of some whiskey for some confidence and bravery, whatever performance enhancing drug you need. I mean, we're not in your house. We don't know what you're doing.
That's right. He could be, consuming whatever type of performance enhancing drugs that he wants. We're not the police.
What we do know is that the blue line on the center of the stage represents the training stage that I was talking about earlier, where Ziznuts must be more comfortable.
Oh, now Maylin with the life deficit. Ziznuts opting to get away. Nice use of that EX move to use the armor and get through that fireball.
And as Ziznuts standing over that blue line that they're so proud of.
Overthrow.
Oh, yes.
Oh! I think... Oh, sorry, man.
You do Demon Flip, even doing nothing off of Demon Flip can be the smartest thing to do.
Mm-hmm,
The low will just counter hit my Lin, going for some kind of landing recovery punish attempt, or maybe trying to check whatever movement coming after, but it just didn't come. Too early on the command grab. A light punish from Ziznuts still makes a difference. It's the corner carry tug of war. Right now, right here at mid-screen, the next hit is the most important, and Ziznuts finds it. Even finds the low medium kick Tatsu confirmed that we had been missing earlier. That's the kind of play you need if you want to seal this out. But Mylan, plenty comfortable with just buffering off that low medium kick instead, like every Laura will do. What a total mix-up on the Demon Flip side switch situation. Ziznuts activates V-Trigger. Are these the finishing touches? Yes, they are.
Oof.
It's so hard to withstand. I mean, every single one of those VT1 fireballs is so damn plus. And you saw that Ziznuts chose Light Punch into Medium Kick as a frame trap afterwards. That immediately puts AKUMA back in range of more frame traps and throw versus strike versus walk back mix-ups. And combine that with just the chip and meter build. I mean, that V-Trigger 1 from AKUMA, if you're already at low life when that thing gets activated on you, it feels like a truly hopeless situation. And we know why. Ziznuts will demonstrate that for us as many times as they possibly can through the course of Casa tournaments. Anytime on stream, that's what I see. VT1 AKUMA, no matter how many times that VT2 gets buffed, I mean, congrats Season 5 and all for doing the work you did, but I haven't seen a VT2 AKUMA my entire life. Except for tech videos. Those are cool videos.
We also had Mr. Mostafalis rocking the beat trigger 2 on last week's Casa, and he made it to top 16, I believe. He almost made it to top 8. I think he was maybe one match away from top 8. But Mr. Mostafalis was showing us the power of that beat trigger 2 of AKUMA. And let me tell you, it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool and it deals a lot of damage, but I don't know, man. Those air fireballs, they're just so strong. At least for me, at least for a non-Akuma player. But that B trigger 2 got some really needed buffs.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I think that B trigger 1 has more utility.
Yeah, and that's something you should expect of the 3-bar choice versus the 2-bar choice. The utility of the 2-bar choice comes in the earlier proposed opportunity you have to activate it, and maybe have 2 of them if you are lucky and find the big combo you want soon, and then spend a second one. Two 2-bar V triggers coming up to the plate here with Metro versus Glitter. Another poison for the stream, and the first Vega, maybe the only, but we do see a couple Vegas on the Casa stream. Jupiter Steps,
Oh.
Metro, a couple of other friends. Look at the range of that low strike from Glitter. I mean, it's one of Poison's strongest tools, and you can count on Vega wanting to walk back a lot. Right there again, another crouch heavy punch attempt, landing low on Vega, but Metro must know that the Poison players like to cancel in Cocktail, and immediately low profile it with Sweep, earning themselves a punish.
When Metran opting to just get away, trying to go for the jumping attempt. No anti on the side of Glitter. Oh, now there's that anti-air with the crouching medium punch.
Crouch heavy
Okay.
punch lands as a whiff punish against Buster Claw. I think Metro is pretty convinced that they can use Buster Claw, the forward heavy punch from Vega, from outside of the range of Poison's crouch heavy punch, and still land damage as a counter poke. Alternatively, throw out your Aurora Spin Edge special move, cancel it into V-Trigger, use that to combo into a kill. I mean, that's reliable. And it's a high damage starter, that slice. It wasn't always BTC-able. Oh, one hit super confirmed. Double dash Oki available here for Vega. Will Glitter spend any V-Meter to get out of the situation?
1, 2.
Not this time.
The
Holding on to it.
overhead. Activation
Well,
for Glitter.
It was a well-spaced V-Skill 2 like it always seems to be from Metro, who lands so much damage getting away from pressure with that V-Skill 2, and then also seems to go unpunished for the rare situation when it's blocked. Metro always seems to rep it when it's going to land only from far away, but even from when it hits her max range, Metro's comboing into that Vega sweep right after. So the risk-reward is just so consistently in his favor at the points that he chooses to use it.
And once again, we're going to the character select screen. Maybe Glitter wants to cool down Metro. Because Metro was playing just super well in this first game, but the second round was just so fast for Metro. We saw him getting a super early live lead with that one hit confirm into the CA, and it was pretty much history after that CA.
Yeah, you know, I still appreciate watching history write itself, but it does truly feel that way, that when you land a first hit super on somebody in the final round of a Street Fighter V match, you pat yourself on the back and begin writing the self-congratulatory tweet that you obviously write as soon as you make a top 8 at any local or online tournament, weekly, or anything, because what are we playing for but props? Combined,
Yeah,
of course, with
exactly.
the fulfilling feeling of self-improvement.
Yeah, but that one comes second. Props
Yeah.
are the most important thing. And speaking
mean-
of important things, this jumping from Metro, but the tech on the
Props-
side of Leader.
The props better come first. I mean, I got my friends watching me in the crowd, right? They'll have
Yeah,
to know.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Oh, now Metro M. Really good patience on the side of Metro M, but the back throw, it's gonna put him in the corner. Leader going for the dash in to keep the oppression. Crush counter after that sweep.
There is again
One of them
completely
just countered
unpunished on
with
the
the
V-Skill too.
Oh, and Metro wants to wants to pay the troll. Yeah, it's probably going to be an off. Yeah, he's got CA.
No, definitely not going to kill. CA would have led to the kill. I mean, I'm not even sure about spending a 1 bar in that situation. Glitter's got plenty of bar to spend. Could have spent so much more on that combo that definitely could have killed. Glitter missed the cancel on CM Fierce.
Oh!
Found a command grab though.
Yep.
Hard to know what to do specifically, but with the opponent landing in the corner from the command grab, I think that maybe you're in range of like some typical strike meaties. Looking to meaty with the command grab choice itself, I mean, V-shift is just so active as a defensive option. It had that covered no problem.
Really nice neutral jump for Metro, spending that CA.
It worked out because Glitter did dash up low medium kick looking for a V2C, but Glitter definitely had enough time to do crouch medium punch as an anti-air instead. And we would be in a dramatically different situation if that were the case. A situation where the set would still be being played, but that has not happened, and so the set is over. Metro N advances with a 2-0 victory.
Glitter going to the losers bracket, always terrifying losers bracket, but Metro M.
What's so terrifying about that? They're just a bunch of losers, right?
Yeah, exactly. That like, who cares? They're just, you know, they are here with me. They must. They are probably not that good. But
Yeah, right. There is solidarity in the losers bracket. You know, it's the
exactly.
common man proletariat.
Like, oh, you're on the losers bracket too?
Yeah.
We should,
yeah.
like, we should all hang out in the losers bracket just so the people in the winners bracket feel jealous about us losers. Like, we should have, you know, like maybe some VIP rooms for the losers bracket players with some drinks, some like really nice ambient music, so the guys and winners are like, man, I want to be in the losers bracket.
Well, listen, I have seen as a special prize for tournament participants that go 0-2 at some tournaments, they are awarded a shot glass that they can go and use at the nearest bar, hopefully one in the venue. But yeah, I think it was Michigan Masters. If you went 0-2, you won a shot glass. So if you went 1-2, I'm truly sorry. Then you're truly a loser. A negative win-loss ratio as well as not getting the shot glass for free. I mean, come on. You couldn't lose harder than that.
Yeah, exactly. You're talking to your friends, and then they go like, "Man, you didn't got the shot glass, man. What a loser!"
Dude. You could have just gone 0-2 like the rest of us. You dumb bastard.
That's what you get for training.
Yeah, I mean training, but clearly not well enough to do well. Not
Exactly.
well enough to break even. You know, just to not win the shot glass. But you know, shot glasses are a cool prize. If you would like these tournament players to be able to maybe afford a shot glass or a collection of them by the end of this tournament, you can support Casa on Matcherino using the coupon code CASASF557. This week, you can spawn an additional 50 cents into our prize pool for free. It's currently at $35. We're trying to get that over 100 by the end of the night. So take your wallet out. Just kidding, you won't need to. Visit that link. And put some money in there. Especially if you got some time down in losers bracket, you know. These winners here, though, Spaceboy and Zero Nooch, they have a tight set to play, and I think it's going to be a nice slow-paced one. I mean, both these characters can adopt a bit of a hit-and-run style. Jury especially on the heavy on the run part of that strategy. Sakura can hit so long as she gets solid confirms, and she hits so reliably with 4-frame punishes using her light kick that I'd be worried for Jury doing anything punishable. Her kit's generally pretty safe, though.
Yeah, like, I think that Jury, you can either play her really on a like really crazy or really safe. Like, she can use those fireballs to try and make you lose your patience, but we can see that Spaceboy is on point with those standing light kicks and those crouching medium punches.
Wow.
Oh, and speaking of crazy Juries, Zero Nooch opting to use the EX DP on Wake Up and another DP on Wake Up.
Incredible.
Yeah, the regular. Uh-oh. Really
Space Boy
nice
has
catch.
represented the hit in hit and run so far, much more so than Zero Nooch, who so far has actually stayed true to their namesake and only landed damage with DPs. Now though, a V-Trigger 1 low light extension, and that was almost enough to secure a round, but Space Boy takes it instead with a VTC of their own and quickly ascends to a 1-game lead off of 2 rounds consecutively. Now that was a lesson, I think, in dash checking. Space Boy on the first dash just stuck out a light kick, not even on reaction to dash. Just has a habit of sticking out light kick and buffering DP off of it quickly enough that if the light kick makes contact, DP connects as a combo and the opponent regrets dashing. Later, the dashes continued from Jury. She's a 16-frame dasher that goes pretty quick. With VT1, her dash is like the best in the game. It goes insanely far, so you can count on them to want to use it. Spaceboy knows that and was sticking out crouch medium punches preemptively, and it landed as a counter hit. Spaceboy picked up the combo into lights, into yet another DP, and proved themselves to be a sturdy wall made of highly active normals like light kick and CRMP. And I don't know if Zero Nooch has any other plans at the ready, but it looks like Minot is level 82 on that account. And so maybe abandon the hit and run strategy and go for the run and be the wall strat that Space Boy adopted themselves, using Minot as the wall and the Crystal Ball as the enforcer.
The run and hit strategy, we could call it.
Yes, yeah, that's it. In that order, that's the priority, run and hit.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe if Space Boy takes another game, his Sakura bro, his Mexican Sakura bro Kusanagi will be pretty happy about it, but looks like we're gonna stick to the hit and run strategy on the side of Zero Nooch because he just went for the custom change. That's the most OP strategy in any game, the custom change. Oh, and Zero Nooch with the
Zero controller battery life. Forgot to plug in the pad to the PS4 at the start of this one.
Maybe he was just trying to give Space Boy a false sense of security. Oh yeah, like you got me, I give up.
Yeah. It's like
it was yeah, exactly. The high level nothing on the side of Zero Nooch. Really nice jump in, goes for the forward throw. No anti-air on the side of Space Boy. Nice anti-air on the side of Zero Nooch. Really high level nothing on the side of Zero Nooch. I really like that. Completely changed up the style on the side of Zero Nooch. But look at the damage that Sakura can deal.
You're right. It's not that the Nooch has a quantity value of 0. It's that the Nooch is performed by doing 0 things. That's it. That means you're capable of reacting and responding to anything because you're not committed to anything in particular.
Exactly. Ooh, wasn't quite in range. Space Boy walking away from that throw.
Yeah, even in the situation where Nooch was negative, Space Boy just choosing the conventional defensive choice of walk back allows Zero to steal some bonus damage, take a round lead, could potentially lead to a tied game score if this keeps up. Space Boy just one blocked attack away from a VTC. How are they going to give it to themselves? Oh, a huge hit instead. I mean, now Space Boy is in a pretty desperate situation. Going to have to rely on the V-Trigger for the comeback if one comes. EXDP forces himself into it. One more chance to play. Not this time.
Nope,
it's over.
Not anymore. Yeah, it's over.
Low, medium kick.
Oh,
preemptive,
medium
right?
kick.
It's
yeah, exactly.
It's powerful too because Zero Nooch had the V-Trigger cancel at the ready, and would have had a rush-in opportunity on block, even if Space Boy were somehow dashing and blocking in such a desperate situation still, where forward movement was essential.
Round 1.
So let's see if Space Boy can adapt to this. Oh, really nice shimmy on the side of Space Boy, getting that early life lead against Zero Nooch in the corner.
I mean, throw baiting like that at round start is so impressive. Oh, whiff punish light kick. It's so good at it, and Space Boy's so good at it too. That's a synergistic match made in heaven. Synchronicity. There it is.
Light kicking to the show you.
Borderline Sakura exclusive punishes. I mean, Zero Nooch probably not so used to getting punished for that move from that far
Oh.
away.
Really a nice use of the EX Tatsu to get through that fireball and don't have to take the pressure from Zero Nooch. Zero Nooch waking up with buttons. It's probably going to be enough, and there it is, Sakura. She probably stops her gloves with bricks or something because she deals so much damage.
That's what happens in the V-trigger screen freeze. She's got the cami Legos on the gloves. She can pile those right in. That's why that crouch pierce anti-air does so much damage too. Leads to a nice Oki situation. Space Boy didn't buffer up, but picked up an EXDP off EX Fireball even from so far away. The range is fantastic. And could we see a reset situation? Maybe a throw bait? No, it is a standing reset instead. Zero Nooch committed to some kind of more aggressive defensive option that wasn't DP. And in doing so, awarded Space Boy with our second perfect of the evening and the first perfect on a match that had stakes set so high in winner's bracket action on what could have been, on what was going to be the final round of the set either way.
And I'm actually surprised that Zero Nooch didn't went for the EXDP. I thought that it was coming from him because we saw him waking up with EXDP, waking up with regular DP. So I thought that maybe we're going to see the EXDP as a, all or nothing type of move. But like you mentioned it, he went for something else. We don't know what it was.
It didn't get counter hit, so
Mm-hmm.
it couldn't have been a normal. It maybe could have been a backdash to get away from a throw without having to commit to something so dangerous like jumping.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could have been jumping.
Maybe he tried to go for the B-shift, but didn't quite got the input right, maybe? Because I've seen some players that, especially when they are in that super tough situation, they are in the corner, they are getting hit, they are about to lose the round, your hands betray you and you don't get the B-shift input because you need to have the directional input like completely
neutral.
Yeah, unless you have one of those like I saw a video, I think that we all saw that video, right? The guy with the hitbox that it's walking forward and does a B shift, and for what I've seen it's actually something you can do with a regular stick as well. So pretty interesting stuff when it comes to hardware and the B shift.
No doubt. Hitbox players are always innovating and showing us new wizardry that we have to contend on banning. I don't keep up too much, but I am well aware that there are some moves that are just negated by the existence of the hitbox. I don't think any hitbox player is getting hit by Birdie's EX Dolphin grab because they can go straight from a down position to a jump without going into the neutral position on the stick. So their character never stands up and gets grabbed by Birdie, whose grab hits a standing opponent 6 frames earlier than a crouching one. I mean, a 6-frame bonus window on being able to react is so powerful. I guess that assumes you're crouching in advance, though.
Yeah, but speaking of powerful things, this crush counter on the side of Cisnuts to start the rounds against Nightmare Effect, our last Casa champion. No throw. Oh, I really like this nothing on the side of Nightmare Effect, didn't going for the grab. He knew that the shimmy was going to be a lot of damage for against his Balrog, but now Cisnut's doing a really good job of keeping Susko in the corner. Nightmare Effect with the activation. Nice B reversal.
Taking down. Oh, dead already, huh? These nuts has such stubborn offense. People work so hard to try to get out of the corner, and so Znuts is well aware of this and stands a little bit further back than most people who try to corner their opponents. Doesn't want to kill you with mix-ups, just want to kill you by removing your escape options. And, maybe piece by piece whiff punishes like that. A low confirm from Znuts, very powerful. A whiff to Demon Flip, totally uncontested because AKUMA recovers so fast. Not even Nightmare Effect, a seasoned player is fully ready. And that Dash Punch almost got whiff punished once again. I think Znuts was probably buffering off of that one as well. Could have seen that Tatsu pick up.
Oh, now the pressure on the side of Nightmare Effect. Catching him with the dash punch. This nut's already in the corner.
Yeah, both of them could block their way into a V-trigger. Getting anti-air is a pretty safe way to build a V-trigger. There it is now, the activation from these nuts.
Oh,
No trade combo pickup.
yeah, that was exactly what I was about to say. No trade combo on the side of Nightmare Effect. Nice tech for these nuts. He's got full critical art, forward throw.
Yeah, Demon's pretty relevant. Overhead was not going to kill no matter how it hit. Not sure what it could have set up. Instant air fireball. Caught. Nightmare Effect so ready to anti-air. I mean, the Balrog players, you can count on them. They love anti-air and medium punch. It's so reliable for them normally. And these nuts, though, you understand, even with Akuma VT1, doing air fireball that early just to beat anti-airs is still a little bit of a risk, because even those VT1 fireballs won't be plus if blocked by an opponent when done that early. So it's a pretty selected read, but it's the one that did just enough damage to kill given the meter that Z's have. So congrats to them. They get to go up one game against Nightmare Effect. No easy feat. Nightmare being Casa's champion last week. Consistent Balrog presence in the CFN leaderboards since 2017 or so.
Oh, crush counter for Nightmare Effect. The stun bar, it's building up on the side of these nuts. Going for the back jump. That stun bar, it's getting low. Nice conversion on the side of Nightmare Effect. Look at the damage. He's one throw away from taking this first round. One hit away, the Magic Pixel, and we're gonna see the Magic Pixel on the side of these nuts. He's got some pretty good resources, but nope. Nope. Denied. Denied. Cancelled.
Any toe tap to do it at that point. I mean, it's real difficult to move forward against a Balrog who always has dash punch charged. You know you're not really going to be able to react to dash punch itself unless you're incredibly far away, but what are you going to get done from that far away either? You can't count on AKUMA to just zone you out.
Oh, and now the stun bar on the side of Nightmare Effect. Bishop putting these nuts into the corner.
3-frame punish pickup.
Oh! Ooh. Okay. Oh!
Every time a demon flip comes out, the commentator swallows their entire chest.
Yeah.
It becomes uncommentatable. It's like, alright, well, EX low would kill, a whiff demon flip grab, you know, should get punished. It didn't go punished last round. It's just a chaotic move that introduces chaos into the match, but it always seems to work out in Akuma's favor because there's so many different flavors of the chaos that come from that move.
Oh. They are both on... Well, no, I was about to say that... Oh! Oh, what? The drop on the side of Nightmare Effect didn't got the punish on that block Tatsu.
Yeah, that was
first target combo.
Very significant.
Oh. Okay. Now there, the Tatsu connects this time.
Oh,
Team
great
up,
Oki off
split
that.
into the throw. Activation for these nuts. Overhead
So
activation for
great.
Nightmare Effect. Look at the damage. It's not going to be
Not
enough. Oh, there? No.
No super. Where is the
Oh.
pickup? Just throw fireball.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Super never heard of him. Oh. Man, like, Nightmare Effect good up and down. Huh. That was close for his
Xenos
nuts.
is just, I mean, keeping the drama and tension as the first priority in his mind while playing a set on stream is very considerate of these nuts. Really embellishing themselves as a underdog hero protagonist, one of those happy-go-lucky people that may not exactly know how to secure the super, but will still find a way to charmingly kill the opponent anyway. And you know, I have to say, it is pretty charming when the champion of last week goes down before top 8. It gives them a chance at a redemption arc, even just from within 1 week of their victory.
And
So-
or maybe Cisnuts, you know, was like, you know what? I want to hear these commentators gasp. I want to hear these commentators like hold their breath. I want to feel that.
It's also
that
trivial to
adrenaline.
him, and it's the most important thing in the world to us. Our job to just lose our voices yelling about it, right?
Ooh, and we're gonna have Hardman going up against Zero Nooch. I was going to make the same joke I did earlier, but you know, sometimes it's better to just say it once, don't bring it back once again, because if it wasn't funny the first time, I doubt that it's going to be funny the second time.
Hey, hey, hey! You don't know until you strike out, right? I mean, 3 attempts at least.
True, exactly. Like, have you ever heard of the third commentary rule or something like that? That pretty much establishes that you can you can add to a commentary just twice, because the third time you do it, it's no longer funny. Like, I think that it applies to jokes as well. Like, the first time it's funny, the second time you have to find a spin on the joke, and the third time that's just no, that's not going to work. It's a losing matchup. It's a losing matchup. It's a the mythical Zangief versus Honda matchup, doing the
Yes,
same
yes,
joke
yes.
3 times.
The rule of three is definitely very relevant.
Yeah.
In all aspects of life, especially ones where your task is to entertain by talking or
Mm-hmm.
inform or embellish. Embellishment is when you give something even more value than it already had, and that that is something that is exactly what a commentator should do, but not to the point that the dead horse is a bloody mess and the point has been made too many times. And that usually happens around the number 3. Kind of like conditioning in fighting games, right? Like, if you get command grab 3 times, you're like, well, all right, I guess they're just going to do this all the time. I mean, I have to jump now. They broke the rule of 3.
And
They,
then you get hit with the wingless airplane from Mika.
yeah, she does regular throw, oh, Weston wingless airplane, because you were so greedy, you literally woke up with a jump instead of just backdashing or V-shifting the command grab. I mean, can you imagine? Jeez.
And you imagine. And now, look, what is happening with our 2 players, Hartman and Zero Nooch? They are running late to the stream. Really weird. Really, really weird. Looks like we have Zero, Hartman. Yeah,
They have a very
that one was
long
terrible.
warm-up routine. Gotta stretch, hydrate, crack the joints. Here, let's see how loud I can possibly crack my knuckles in front of the mic.
Oh, here it comes.
All right, cool. I hope that was audible.
I'm gonna say yes, just to, don't leave you hanging. Yeah, man, that was
Awesome.
super audible, man. Whoa, what the hell was that, man? Are you sure that you cracked your knuckles? That
Great.
sound like I'm getting concerned for you.
Maybe the pop filter on my mic also blocks the sound of popping air bubbles in my finger joints, or whatever other factors are responsible for the noise of cracked knuckles. I'm not really sure.
So that's why they call it a pop filter.
Haha, correct.
Haha. Come on, Netflix, hire me. I need my own comedy special, man.
Look, I'll listen. Just blast it out on Twitter, right? You can make it right now.
Yeah,
We've got Dom running the stream. We've got the people in the audience clipping the funniest moments for us.
Oh,
Just
of
be sure to
course.
add us on the Twitch when we say something funny. Drop the clip. We gotta make our reel of between match jokes.
Oh no. Oh, I'm back. Like, for a second, my internet was giving up on me, so I was like, no, maybe it wasn't my internet. Maybe people just got so upset with my bad jokes that they finally decided to silence me. Wouldn't blame them though.
You ever get DDoS on commentary?
Man, like, a part of me wants to keep doing bad jokes, but another part of me, it's just like, nah, just shut it, man, just shut it. This is just so bad, so bad. But maybe no, once again, something is happening with my Discord, man. Yeah, I'm gonna
Is
take
it,
that
is it
as a
making weird
sign.
noises?
No, it's like trying to shut down and stuff. But
Well, I'm glad
I'm
you're
gonna
fighting.
take that. Yeah, yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here, but I'm gonna take that as a sign that the jokes are over for today. For today.
And so it was written.
It happened again. It happened again. What is happening? I'm gonna close really quickly my Discord and come back because
In the
it's
meantime, I
trying.
can chill for Matcherino. That's like my
Yeah,
full-time gig. So, has anyone done this before? I think what you do is I type !Matcherino in the chat for you. You click it when it pops up. You add 50 cents to a prize pool. In a variety of ways you can do that, of course. I mean, if you've already exhausted the code and you're exhausted of the various patience testing activities that are required to make it through some online tournaments, you can just do some sponsor quests in the meantime. I mean, shit. I could buy a dumpster fire keychain for $5. Two of it goes to the prize pool. $3 goes to Dynamic Focus, a team that sponsors excellent fighting game players across the country, gives them sweet blue jerseys, supports them in every aspect, not just for their results. I mean, that's cool.
but I'm back once again. What were we talking about?
Oh, just,
Matcherino?
just got finished up on that Matcherino stuff. Casa
Okay.
SF557, the people haven't forgotten.
Mhm.
And we haven't exhausted all of our codes yet, so they're going to send them out to their friends. All of their friends who are surely capable and have the time to give for a 50-cent prize bonus for us. And we're going to get some players in here. We got at least one of them, K-Money Sim God, about to make his first appearance on stream. It is not DHALSIM's first appearance. We have been blessed by Arturo Sanchez earlier. It was him defeating K-Money Sim God in Winners Round 4 that brought K-Money down to Losers, where he now is contending for his tournament life against Giyu PC to make Losers side top 8 and have a chance to play the winner of Metro M and either Mylin versus Mr. Morton. So, the path is still long, but with Dhalsim, each step can be ginormous. He'll stretch his legs out and make great strides. He might even float above the path, not even get any dirt on those feet of his, which, you know, I think it may be beneficial for him to have dirty, rocky feet, dusty, because when he kicks you in the face, he wants you to be blinded temporarily too.
Mhm. Oh, and we can see that Kiyu opting to stay away from the range of those really long normals that have made Dulcim so infamous. Oh, really nice catch with that B-Skill 1.
Situationally infamous is the Jury V-Skill 1 full screen with punish. Jury players need that on deck specifically for Dhalsim, and Giyu already has it, not even having to learn that over the course of the matchup. That indicates matchup experience. Now, how effectively can you smother Dhalsim once he's cornered is another indicator of your matchup strength. Now that VT1 isn't so V-reversible, K-Money, a longtime VT1 user, must be thriving. And yet, took all the Grey Life, fortunately traded with the EX cartwheel activation point, so Giyu didn't get to activate V-Trigger 1 there, and now K-Money has a chance to take this. No V-Trigger involved. There's the activation, though. And a defensive throw tech wins K-Money the round. They were just trying to not get thrown. Well, good job, K-Money.
And we also saw that K-Money, after getting hit by that B-Skill 1, he was closing the distance between him and Giyu. He got hit a second time, but didn't really. It wasn't an important hit on the side of Giyu. Now, once again, Giyu in the corner gets those projectiles ready. They both have 3 EX bars, but K-Money. Oh, okay. Oh, maybe he was trying to backdash out of that, but that is so close that he got hit by that medium punch.
Yeah,
Another
looking like
throw.
K-Money's in jail right now, and with so much Feng Shui engine left, all 3 of those specials at the ready too for after Jury gets out of Feng Shui Engine. I mean, this is going to be a long and difficult V-trigger to contend with, which is why K-Money's trying to win right here, right now with a Yoga Sniper. Finds it and really rewarded himself, right? Recognized that the long-term game plan is going to be so much more difficult against a Jury who's already in Feng Shui Engine. So you got to pick the moment where you're doing some damage and try and do all of the damage. That's what K-Money did. I mean, those kind of scrambly situations after a mid-range EX Yoga Fire hits are something that the DHALSIM players always seem more prepared to deal with than any of the players being subject to the EX Fire.
And now really nice jumping on the side of Giyu.
Yeah, really nice too to get the side switch after while building V-meter. The Crush Counter also building some V-meter, so Giyu's going to get an early activation potentially, and that could seal the deal for K-Money, who's already facing quite a life deficit. But fighting bravely from the corner and finding a perfect teleport opportunity out. Unfortunately, overcommitted to a meeting pick after got jumped in on right afterwards. And this is fighting for your life now. Throw Tech for the life works for K-Money, who gets counter hit after but still stays alive.
Uh-oh.
Gale on the shimmy.
K-Money.
Blocking the V-reversal took away the whole trigger now. K-Money could build a super. Unfortunately missed an input over there in the air, and so now Giyu gets to charge everything back up, including a V-skill, to go full screen through the projectile and take a round once again.
And now K-Money with 1 bar on his side. But I think that maybe he's gonna... He's going to think twice before throwing those fireballs, because we've seen that Giyu is ready with that V-skill 1. Was for the forward throw. Up to just a block. Crush counter on the side of K-Money.
And K-Money, by not spending EX Fire off of those 2 lights, was able to preserve a ton of meter, find a Crush Counter sweep after, and is about to do 400 damage on any touch. Giyu's not going to get that great life back. Giyu's going to be cornered in a couple seconds. Oh, and the anti-air for 500 damage. K-Money has Wake Up Super if they need it. It could get thrown, but the throw won't kill him. Could it be an anti-air super? No. Cross up to the other side. V-trigger activation. Where's the super? It's a throw tech instead. Oh. You know, when Giyu's over there walking back like that, you got to keep this in mind. DHALSIM was given a cancelable low in Season 3. His down back low medium kick could go into Gale for a super connection after, and that would give K-Money the round they need to end the set. When someone's walking back too, I don't think they're able to punish DHALSIM's super when they get that far away, so reversal super could work there too. Lot of quick ways to take the set if you have a super on the defense.
Nice anti on the side of K-Money once again. Ready, opting to go to get back, charge that Feng Shui engine, gets hit by the fireball. Really nice check with the standing jab.
Yeah, so selectively in order, that heavy Fuha is not the one she just used. She just used light and the grounded fireball. Heavy gives her a nice combo ender. Medium gives her a nice combo extender. Both of the moves are unsafe on block, but cancelable all into each other. So you can cover some of the gaps, cover the punishable frames, make people think twice, and that can save you some life in the long run. It's useful to have all 3 of them stored, but once you're in this V-trigger 1, she always has all 3 of them all the time. What a huge counter hit pickup! Oh my god, K-Money with the defensive choice of pressing the button, but she built super and that'll do it. She didn't spend it!
Didn't spend it, he only spent 1 bar. Not exactly sure about this, but the throw on the side of Giyu. Match point for Giyu.
Can you believe it? A DHALSIM player in a defensive situation not Yoga Snipering as soon as possible? I mean, it didn't even work out for K-Money. It was brave, but unfortunately not commendable in this circumstance.
Oh, the side switch?
Yep, D-bar pickup. All this super meter still there.
Oh, nice anti-air.
Yeah, clutch timing.
It's got critical art on deck. Charging the Feng Shui engine.
Each anti-air is a small confidence boost for K-Money, and DHALSIM players play much better when they're feeling themselves. There's another one. An instant Gale after, there's the low. Can count on the Jury player to want to walk back, right? One of those faster characters. Loving the walk speed. There's another low hit right there. K-Money could now kill with super, maybe a V-trigger pickup into EX Fire. Alright, well now super can kill him. And no pickup, no V-trigger activation off the medium kick. That surely would have done it. She could have comboed super after 2. Overhead reset, +1, there's the super, not even needed. VT1 gives her all the extension time in the world, and also rewards Jury, played by Giyu, with a 2-game victory over K-Money, 2-1 for the score. Look at that character looking so much like Poison. Congrats on winning the costume contest and getting 2 costumes. I'm happy the jury players are coming out in full force. I don't know if that's the costume contest that did it for them, but I am happy to know that it may be worth it that she won that costume contest, knowing we're seeing those costumes now. Maybe
And
you
she
voted for
got-
that one.
Maybe I'm really confident that he did getting 2 costumes. 2 costumes, man. A whole 2 of them.
I
You
can't
think
believe
that's fair for the rest of the characters? Like, what if the Chun-Li mains wanted another costume?
Yeah,
What
seriously.
about
Like,
them?
what happened to Chun's old age of privilege? She used to have like more than double the rest of the cast.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, man.
It's all pretty shocking.
Think about the Chun mains. They need more costumes.
There are some characters that I think actually still have like 3 or 4 costumes. I think Nikali has 4.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I think that Nikali. Like, what do you give Nikali? That's the thing about Nikali. Like, I don't. I'm not a Nikali main, so maybe the Nikali mains will be all like, oh, you could give him this or you could give him that. But really, like, what can you give Nikali? I think that he's just such a top character to design customs for. Like the female characters, you can give them like their summer outfits or the Halloween costumes and all that stuff. But Nikali, I think that he's just such a unique character that designing customs for him becomes kind of difficult.
Yeah, I actually I completely understand. You know, the ones that he did get, like the werewolf, fit him and so specifically him so much better than so many other costumes that the more humanoid characters do get. So I have an appreciation for that. I'm with it. You know, somehow he gets a tracksuit like the rest of us. That's really all that matters to me. Metro and
now-
Mylin coming at it.
Speaking of customs and Halloween costumes, the crush counter on the side of Metro. Nice take on the side of Maylin.
So this is the second time that we've seen Vega versus Poison on stream.
Mm-hmm.
Metro was the
Was,
previous one to depose of
I think it was Glitter.
Glitter. That's right. A very strong Poison player. A lot of Buster Claw was involved in that. A lot of backwards walking. I mean, I think Metro is looking to make the most of the Poison player's preemptive swinging, more so than being assertive himself. Though, as I say that, we do see a forward dash. Mylin was about to make the most of it, but a clutch throw tech from Metro preserves the life lead and corner positioning for him. I think it makes a little bit more sense that you'd go for a throw off of EX Heart Raid when a throw could potentially put your opponent in the corner.
Yeah, exactly. And once you're in that corner, especially against Poison, it's pretty tough to get out there. She's got so many good anti-air options. Not only the crouching medium punch that got nerfed, but now
Hey.
dealing with a huge life deficit.
You know, Poison has good anti-air options. Her jump heavy punch with its incredible range, both horizontally and downwards, could be a great tool against Vega, who has struggled for many years in the anti-air department. Has to choose some heavier normal situationally, like heavy kick, crouch heavy punch. Sometimes EX wall dive can be the choice, but it's not invincible or anything. You just have to do it very early, maybe preemptively. But I mean, God, Metro took that round so slowly, expending so little effort, not even expending much meter. Halfway to stun already. Mylin on the back foot, actually out of space, so the back foot would be useless. A forward throw, though. Great OP on this one. Gets dodged completely and unpunished. Yet another V-Skill 2 turned out to be completely safe for Metro. This is his stand. He can always use V-Skill 2 only when it will be from an unpunishable distance. Or distances that the opponent just doesn't know how to punish yet.
We were talking about earlier how Poison can keep you in the corner with her crouching medium punch and all of her anti-airs, but we just saw Metro M wall jumping out of that corner, and that crouching medium punch on the side of Megalin completely whiffed. And now this is where Metro M wants to be. He wants this screen to work around, goes for the dash.
Yeah, nobody's got those anti-cross-up anti-airs anymore, not even Poison, not MIKA, not Birdie. All shared by the same button, crouch medium punch, but I mean, Vega as a wall dive character is so happy about that because he knows that if he does get anti-aired from that move, he might take a full combo left in a juggle state now. So the anti-air nerf has a trade-off too, given that he can now get comboed.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty a tit for a tat. You know? Take and take.
And now Metroid.
Oh, there it is again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's amazing though. Like one hit special confirms
Mm-hmm.
a
Yeah,
special
that
that
was-
never is punishable either.
Yep. And now Metroid putting 1 point on his side. But Maylin, I think that they were also probably 1 or 2 hits away from getting this second round, sorry. And now let's see what Metro M can do to keep his dominance against Maylin. Are we gonna see the Lauda on the side of Maylin? Maybe Lauda, I don't know. I think
Level
that
99 Laura.
exactly the level 99 Lauda. So, but I don't know. I think that maybe Poison has a easier time against Vega. Maybe.
Well, the Vega player is susceptible to cornering themselves with the back walking and the 2 different V reversals that move him back, and V shift just another thing. So the thing about Laura though is that she can. I mean, while the corner is valuable to her, she still is able to have mix-ups for mid-screen either way. Off of an EX Thunderclap hit, she'll tag you with a normal V-skill dash cancel it and have an ambiguous side switch mix-up with also the layer of throw and command grab. So I think combine that with Vega's lack of a reversal option outside of V-skill 2, and the fact that Laura can punish the V-skill 2 on block from a wider range with her Stand Fierce and Crouch Fierce. And yeah, Mylin's going to be choosing this matchup for sure.
Metroid has been doing a really good job of checking Maylin's attempt at getting in. And once again, we can see that Metro M is happy just playing this laid-back game against Maylin.
Yeah, and Maylin was pretty laid back in their response to the V-shift. I think Maylin was maybe looking for Metro to use V-break and then V-shift against the V-break to whiff punish it themselves. It's an okay response for sure, and one of the best things you can hope for once their V-shift has actually been triggered in the slow motion.
Now Metro M putting himself into the corner like you were talking about earlier. Oh, walking out of the range of that command grab. It even on the live, really good shimmy on side of Maylin with a small live lead activation. Oh, really nice catch, and now Maylin with that Laura getting this first round against Metro M.
Maylin made the right guess against which V-reversal was coming out from Vega. Got a full punish on the recovery of that V-reversal. Kind of the same thing you can do to V-shift if you whip a throw against it. +1 on the sash here. So last time, Maylin actually landed a stand light punch after that dash, but chose to go to a medium after just to get the Thunderclap cancel and a V-trigger. That was the decision that worked out and gave them round 1, but you have to keep in mind too, confirming your kills off lights can be totally worth it. There's always another chance to activate Thunderclap BTC. You know, patience and like maximizing your confirmable opportunities is still a great thing to be doing, even if you're playing a character like Laura, who's so freeform in her offense.
Oh, and now Metro M switching sides, putting Maylin in the corner. Oh, Maylin playing these patient games just like Metro. But Maylin can activate B-Trigger at any moment. The same can be said about Metro. But I think that Laura gets much more mileage out of her B-Trigger.
Yeah, maybe a forward heavy punch from Laura into VTC could do it. I mean, Metro is really making the most of this range game now. Mylin's lost a lot of life, gray life too, from these stand medium punches and the like. Ooh, Buster Claw on whip punish. But Laura has an excellent whip punish tool with EX elbow off of any normal, so keep that in mind. That could be the knockdown securer that could lead to a VTC, but we're running out of time for it and also running out of life. 10 seconds on the clock. Metro gave themselves plenty of space to walk back with that VT. And now just more medium punches it. Puts Metro on its point. Mine has to for their life. Has 1.5 bars to do so.
Now Metro almost in the corner. Now he's in the corner. dashing, spending one bar, goes for the forward throw. The pressure on the side of Maylin. Nice anti-air.
Ooh,
He's stealing
and the
Metro's
pickup too
aim.
off the juggle state.
Ooh. Oh, no anti-air
Not
this
this
time
time.
on the side of Maylin. Oh,
What a crush counter on the swing. What a twist of fate. Metro with all his V-trigger left, but no space remaining to walk back. Has to forward. Maybe a V-trigger activation to switch side. Instead, a punishable sweep. We were expecting V-trigger. He lost his mask. He's taking more damage, but he's doing more damage too. Even on this command grab. Great Oki here. It could be another command grab. Heavy kick, looking to crush counter a backdash. Instead, it's V-shift, so we return to neutral once again. One final exchange. We're at equal life, but Mylan has the VTC available now. Metro maybe has to try and find something that'll kill in one touch. VTC so easy for Laura to activate. Forward Fierce could come. She could follow the Thunderclap in. It's a medium kick off the Thunderclap wall. And it gets dodged by...
Yeah.
There it is.
Ooh. What a
Excellent
way
choice.
to end. Yeah, excellent choice on the side of Metro. Ooh. All
And
or nothing.
also, you know, normally when the Vega players are using V-Skill 2 to dodge something, they come back with their V-Skill 2 follow-up attack that knocks them down and does guaranteed damage. But Metro has the practice and discipline to not just mash out the V-Skill 2 attack, know that it's specifically the command grab that's coming, and not be worrying about punishing a throw. Lets the recovery of the dodge end, and then it moves forward and gets the full combo punish they needed to make that combo kill right then and there. So it's certainty on the read, right? Know it's a command grab. Don't do the V-Skill 2 follow-up attack, even though the V-Skill 2 follow-up attack is what allows you to punish a regular throw. That's a cool little moment right there.
Yeah.
And it's the one that I think we're going to end on tonight, by the way, as
Yeah, exactly.
we've decided our top 8. And my commentary block has ended. I've been Monkey Business, and I have had a blast with my friend Ramiro Capzig, commenting to us from Mexico.
Yeah, that's right. And once again, thank you to all the Casa staff for having me today, sharing the mic with my very, very, very good friend. But yeah, like you were talking, it looks like it's time for us to finish today's commentary block because we are ready to get the top 8 started.
Yeah, let's finish strong with a proud sign off. I'm Monkey Business. Enjoy Casa.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.